Hello, Rama Pupoda. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with TPR. Once, an important officer came to Ramana Ashramam when the post office was being opened. He came into the hall with tears in his eyes. He melted when he looked at Bhagavan. He said, Bhagavan, I have lost my only son. My wife and I have neither been peaceful nor happy after the death of our son. We have been wandering around aimlessly in life since then. Bhagwan looked at him with great compassion. The man continued, We have only one desire, Bhagavan. You have to fulfill this. We want to see our son in our next life. TPR continued, We devotees in the hall knew what reply Bhagavan would give. Bhagavan indeed gave the very same answer. Bhagavan looked at the man very compassionately and posed a question. Who is the father? Who is the son? What do you mean by relationship between father and son? What do you actually mean by rebirth? If you understand all this, you will understand the depth of what you are asking for. The man prostrated before Bhagavan and said, I do not understand all this, Bhagavan. I only want one thing. I want to see my son. Bhagavan then did something remarkable and unusual. He got up from his seat, raised his hands, and said, Yes, I will give it to you. I will make you see your son. You will see your son in your next life, as clearly as you have seen him in this. The officer became extraordinarily happy and fell at Bhagavan's feet several times. Feeling highly elated, he left the hall. The others in the hall, including TPR, were concerned and worried. TPR asked, Bhagavan, how could you give him such an answer? This is against your own teaching. Your teaching postulates that there is no birth and rebirth. When even this body is not born, where is the question of rebirth? Bhagavan turned to TPR and said, What am I to do? Had I not given him this answer, he would have been shattered. TPR complained, I am not happy because you should not have condescended like this. Bhagavan, noticing their unhappiness and disappointment, suggested, Go and get the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan chose a passage from it and asked TPR to read it out aloud. In that passage, Lord Krishna says that knowledge should be given according to one's ability to grasp it. If one teaches philosophy to those who are not ready to receive it, their faith will be totally shattered. TPR concluded by saying, This is Bhagavan's compassion. I then prodded him to tell me about the other kind of compassion, the transforming one. This is what TPR recounted. Arvind Bose was an industrialist. He was also an intellectual and an ardent devotee of Bhagavan. He was drawn towards Bhagavan's teaching of self-enquiry. He began an industry in Bangalore which is well known even today. He came to visit Bhagavan every week and would also bring along some of his friends. Bose had a son who was around 20 years old at the time. He was a brilliant young man. Bose wanted to hand over the management of the factory to him and then settle down at the holy feet of Bhagavan. However, the boy suddenly died and Bose was inconsolable. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Pupoda.